This is about a story that I have never taught you guys on YouTube, and it is actually a video I made 5 years ago, or maybe around that time. I had made the video on my phone, but I had never posted it. And as you can see, I am back at the tiny house just until next week, and everything is back. We're going on to the farm for the Christmas and then stay 2 weeks. This is not an old video. I just thought I'd record a new fresh video here on this beautiful Friday, the 16th. Growing up as a kid in a neighborhood that I once would call home was one of the best things ever happened to my life. My brother and I had created a bondship with the fellow kids in the neighborhood whilst living there. We lived in the neighborhood for 17 years. My brother lived in the neighborhood for about 13, 14 years until he got his own house and got married. Which is pretty cool, I must say. It's really cool. I actually was at my brother's house 2 days ago because I had no water. It was frozen, so I had to shower. So much love, man, to my brother. But this is about a dude, an individual that I've never mentioned nor ever spoke about on the channel. His father had passed away a few years ago, and when his father passed away, his name is, well, I know his name, but we're gonna call him Jay because his name ironically starts with J as well. He was one of the coolest dudes in the neighborhood, man. If I had to label them all, I liked all the bros, you know. I grew up as a kid with people that were not my age. You know, most kids, I would assume and say, you know, they grow up with kids their age. Yeah, well, my brother and I didn't. Well, my brother was already like 15, 16 at the time. But me, myself, nah, I was a little shit, bro. I was 5, 6, 7 years old growing up and doing stuff, you know, going outside with people that were 20, 22. I mean, some would obviously say, and arguably say, oh man, as a parent, I would never let, you know, this and that. Yeah, but it's a different thing if you're growing up in a neighborhood where there's no violence, no gang stuff, nothing. Then there ain't no issue with it. And if the guys, you know, they're good with each other and don't do no stupid shit outside, then I personally don't see an issue. The group nowadays, well, there's no friendship really anymore. Everybody's parted their own way, got married, got a house, got a good job. It's only about, man, I would want to say probably only 2, 3 guys that I speak to nowadays. I actually saw one of them 2 days ago at the farm because my dad had to pick up some stuff that belonged to him on his farm, and it was good seeing him, you know, really, really well. But besides that, the dude we're speaking about today is somebody that I have not actually seen in a very long time. And I would probably have to say this is something that happened about 5, 6 years ago. Really, when I first kind of started my YouTube, when I was not really into it and wasn't professional. His father was really cool. They were Surinaams or Antilliaans, one of the two, and they were really cool people, man. Him and his son were really, really nice. What was so nice about him? I know his name. I just remembered his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but it starts with an R. I remember my best memory with him was doing his front garden. I remember that. They had offered me like €2 to do the garden, but I said no, I'll do it for free. And you know, thinking about the guy now, it is such an unfortunate event that he passed away. He passed away due to cancer. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if they knew he had cancer or he just got it and passed away. I don't know, but interesting enough, I'd never been in their house. No, there was also another guy in the neighborhood. Oh man, his name I'm not gonna say it as well, but it starts with an M, and he used to have this pit bull, like sort of dog, cue ball. Fucking love that dog. Dog was always so goddamn excited, man. It's so crazy looking and thinking back of the memories back then. How close the group really was. You know, if I have to say, like, be honest, when did I start to notice? And when you could really tell the group started to collapse is when a good friend of ours passed away in 2012. In 2012, when he had passed away, Stay Farm. That's when I could already start. You know, you can feel the tension within the group when somebody that close, because you know we weren't just friends that saw each other literally every single goddamn day, went to school with each other, used to hang on the block with each other, used to do the shit outside, you know, not illegal activities as far as I know, because I was just 5, 6, 7, 8 at the time, so you know what they did outside is not my problem, not my priority, right? I was just a little kid, but I used to hang around so often with them and shoot dice games as well. It was really cool, man. Like growing up as a kid, there's nothing negative I could say. We all created such a small bond, and it was the fact, obviously, that I got accepted due to the fact that my brother was so good with them. I was good to them. The family knowed us. Now the neighborhood is, I don't want to say it's fucked, but it's gotten really boring without everybody like moving out. I understand people grow up, they grow older. You have to eventually start taking life more serious. But back to the story. He passed away due to cancer, and it hit us hard in a way of we knew the guy personally, very nice guy, working hard. For the last few years, he wasn't able to work because he had some form of thing that he wasn't allowed to work due to health circumstances and potential danger at on work. So he got, as we would call in the Netherlands, an uitkering. Now, when people think of an uitkering, people often say, oh, people that have that don't want to work. Not always the case. In this case, he really wasn't able to work because of his health, his condition. And besides, he also wasn't allowed because if he would work, he'd be such a high risk for the company that he would work for. But his son had a girlfriend at the time, Jay, and I only found out 2 days ago he's got a little kid. A son or a daughter, I think a son. And that's like, wow, that's like fucking bizarre. God damn, I haven't heard of the guy since his father passed away. Because when his father passed away, shortly after that, he sold the house. And since then, I have never heard of him anymore. My brother Cal never speaks about it. I never brings him up. I really think my brother doesn't have contact with him. No bad blood, at least as far as I know. I always had mad love for Jay. He was always a very cool guy, very, very nice and very open-armed. It's also kind of a cultural thing. They're very open, nice people in general. They love bringing people in the house, even if they're strangers. But awesome guy, man. And it really fucking sucked that he had goddamn cancer and passed away, man. Like I said, I don't remember if we all knew that he had it or it was just random, but we knew for a while, for a few months, his health wasn't very, very good. He started to cough a lot and symptoms, I guess you could say. So, obviously very frustrating. I cannot imagine losing my father, man. Like, we know, you and I both know as nobody else, right? We have arguments with our parents sometimes. I mean, it's one of the most normal thing. But, as a kid, like 5, 6, 7 years old, I hate you, mom and dad. I wish you die. We've all said shit like that. But nowadays, I could and would never say such a thing. Because I know how life can disappear like that in a snap moment. The one moment you're here and the next moment, you're in a casket. That's why I say, regardless of what the beef is with you and your parent or parents, never wish death on them, man. I guess it's a different story if you've been molested or, abused, and it's, I guess you could say, different story, but I could never wish death upon my father no more. No, because, I was just a kid back in the days, man, so, I used to get angry at nothing, but I had a lot of memories, man. A lot of memories being on the block with the boys. It was so awesome. I speak to them occasionally, obviously they live far away from us, we all live far away from each other, we've all grown up. They've all gotten, no girlfriends, but they all got goddamn married. I mean, shit, most of them got married, man. Most of them, pretty sure, have girlfriends and got a house together. And then there's me, the only son of a bitch in the goddamn group that has no girlfriend, no wifey. Tiny house, but that's kind of about it. But yeah, man, I miss the dude. And as weird as it may sound, oh, but bro, why didn't you speak about this guy before? Because I didn't think about it. I genuinely didn't think about it, but the guy was so humble. And I wish his son Jay the best, man. And his girlfriend at the time, apparently he married her as well. I didn't know that until 2 days ago. Like I said, it's that type of shit that makes you think, God damn, man. That's a long time I haven't heard of that boy. But I hope he's doing well. I still sort of remember what he looks like from a few years ago, but maybe he's gotten chunky. Maybe, I don't know, but, I've been, oh, goddamn, I look good. That is very cringe. How old was he? I don't know, man. I think really young. I think between 50 and 55, maybe even younger, man. He was very young when he passed away due to cancer, and it's a shame and it's a fortune, It's those small kind of things that can really destroy a tight friendship group. Because that's essentially what it is, His father was always so cool to me and my parents. Always invited us to the house, for barbecues and shit. We invited them to a barbecue. Like, growing up in the neighborhood was really fun, man. I cannot describe you how amazing it was, There was no animosity. Because I remember often we used to play football on the back. Used to go to the beach. They would take me to the beach. No, partying. Obviously, I was fucking 5'7" at the time. No partying for me, but, I would occasionally go to them and work out to do those type of things. But yeah, man, crazy. Rest in peace to his father, obviously, man. Great guy as far as I know, man. Like I said, I was also very young, so, as a young kid, you don't really get to know people that well as you grow up, but yeah, man, I sometimes really miss the group. Yeah, I really wish maybe one day we might all just have a reunion with each other. Perhaps not, but thought I'd make this cool video and I'll check you later, man. By the way, I also have more videos coming up.